up. So I was like, I was mad, son. I went, son, I got my ox on me, you know what I'm saying? I got no knife on me, but I got the ox on me. And I go I go right up into his unit, man, looking for him. Like, man, where this stupid dude at, man? So I go up, he up in the card room. Because it's just a really short story, you know what I'm saying, my man, he wanted to become blood. He from Coney Island. He was from D.C. I mean, he was from New York, but he caught his case in D.C. He's a youngster and had got a quarter. So when I met him, he already had like 17, 18 in. You feel what I'm saying? So, and he came in when he was like 17, 18. So he was like 35, 36 already with you know what I'm saying? With that time in. But he came in as young, so he was there. Son was alright. Son was from Coney Island. He used to like favor the blood dudes or whatever. You know, he was favoring them. And, you know, they was all right, you know, or whatever. And you know, he wound up dude Preem, I was in the shoe, right? And that's a whole nother story, right? I went to the shoe, right? This was before, I went to the shoe this time when prison first opened. I was the first person to get caught in that prison with a knife. I got caught with 3 knives, right? 3 ice picks, 3 big bone crushers, right? They found them in the cell, the wall of my cell behind the sink, right? And I was in a shoe form, whatever. I wound up getting out the shoe, did the time, whatever, came out the shoe. They left me on the compound, came out the shoe. Preem was there, and this is before the actual charges dropped on him, before they dropped the charges on him for him and Irv and them. Before I was actually with him when the charges dropped. Before he was doing a little 18 months or 3 years, whatever they had gave him for the pistol charge when he got caught with the gun in the Jeep or whatever up in New York. But they still had all of the evidence. They was trying to build a case against him with Irv and them. They still, he was in the process of being indicted for that, and they was just using them cases to hold him. So when I got out the shoe, son was there, and you know, I never met Son before. You know, everybody here Preem or whatever. So I never met Son before, and I see Son, and you know, Son is a cool dude. Yo, he's sitting at the New York table because you know we all from New York, so we all sit together. So Son sitting with he with the New York with, but he really used to, even though he was with the New York concept, the New York dudes, he used to mess with the Baltimore dudes, like the older dudes from Baltimore, because I guess at that time he was out there. You know, a lot of dudes from Baltimore, so he used to be rocking with some of them, was cool with them or whatever. And Son was a funny dude because Son used to go on these diets, like they used to be salad diets, like you be salad, like he be salad. You see him, like, go Preem, what up? You be like, he ain't talking and show you a note, and he be on a 24-hour diet where he don't speak at all. You feel what I'm saying? And Son used to be like playing it. His thing was basketball. He played one-on-one basketball against the youngsters. You know what I'm saying? Like that. That's what he used to do. But Son was there, you know, dudes know him, know his name, and Son got a big reputation, you know, basically throughout, you know, the criminal underworld, in prison, whatever, which is a microcosm. And so when I get out the shoe, you know, my co-defendant there, a couple of dudes, my co-defendant there, he blood, he 5'9" Bren, a couple of other blood dudes there, a couple of dudes there, a couple of Crip dudes, everybody sitting at the New York table, and, you know, dudes is there, and, you know, we from Brooklyn. And, you know, Preem and them is from Queens. And, you know, the dudes there that's from Brooklyn is like, yo, we gangsters. And Preem is a dude, he a G and all of that, but dudes ain't gonna be like, you know, basically bound down to him or nothing like that, because you had dudes was there, and dudes used to like go to the salad bar, and while he on the line getting his food, they go to the salad bar putting together, you know, food, because you get food off the salad bar too. They go to the salad bar with plates, getting, you know, stuff from the salad bar already, putting it on the table for him, and already get his juice, go get a cup and fill up his juice already, bring it to the table. So all you gotta do is go through the thing and get his regular tray and come to the table. You know what I'm saying? I ain't salty or nothing. I ain't being mad that dudes was honoring him like that or nothing like that. But I'm not serving no man like that, son. You feel what I'm saying? I don't care who he is, son. And I respect Son. Son, listen, when I talk about dudes, son, that I know, son, I don't cock ride nobody or nothing like that. Or even just like with Big Dirk and none of them dudes, it ain't about me knowing these dudes. When I say I know these dudes, it ain't about me knowing them. They know me. Son know me personally. I met Son and Son know me personally. If you go to him and you say my name Murdah, or you say MU to him, Son know who I am. You feel what I'm saying? He know who I am because we developed a small relationship. You know, ain't no big thing, but Son know I'm a gangster. Son know what it is. You know, he was Money man, he knew who he is, and we had a lot of conversations because I asked him a lot of questions about stuff that I was interested in, that I heard about him and heard about certain things, hey, because I did have conversations with him. You feel me? On everything, right? But anyway, son, then dudes was kind of like catering to son, and was one of them dudes was catering to him, and dude showed the way because son's from Coney Island, he's from Brooklyn. And like, yo, son's from Queens, you know how I be, son. Even though we all together, you know what I'm saying, in the feds or whatever, still, son, we from, what it is. So son's dude was feeling a certain way or whatever. And then plus son was sympathizing with the Bloods, and he wanted to, basically, son wanted to come home. He was trying to get dudes to bring him home anyway. You feel what I'm saying? Because when Blood and all that started, he wasn't in the he wasn't in the streets, and then plus he wasn't in the New York system. So he just really getting with dudes from New York coming through the Fed system as Blood, and he trying to be Blood. You feel what I'm saying? So he sympathized with them. So they basically on his line like, yo, you got to move a certain way if you think you're gonna be, rocking with us. So son was there. So one day we was in there and we was having a conversation about something at the table, and I can't even really recall what the conversation was about, but Preem was there, and son tried to show his behind and stood up at the table, like stood up on me, like, yo, what you talking about? I'm like, yo, son, who you stand? Yo, son, I would put my foot, you know what I'm saying, son, like, what? Beefing, like, all right, son, whatever, son, and all right, son, I'll holler at you, and son stomped out and marched out the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh yeah, so he left out the kitchen. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go back to the unit, and I'm gonna go ahead and bring him a move since son wanna act tough. But I know son, come on, son.
You said y'all was sitting at the table?
Yeah, some of you sitting at the table in the kitchen. We was all sitting together eating, and you know how dudes be conversating at the table and talking spit or whatever. And and me and son was talking, and me and son got into a little, controversy. Dudes be having controversial, discussions at the table. Dudes be arguing about this. How I be at the kitchen table. You know what I mean? And dudes all having a little conversation, debating and all of that. And me and son got into a little heated debate, and then son got into his body. And tried to show off for Preem and and stood up on me like he was getting in his body, like he really wanted some smoke or something. About, you know what I'm saying? About because me and him got into a little heated debate. You feel me? And it was getting kind of out of hand. And son tried to but it can't get out of hand with me because you can't beat me because I'm more dominant to you. Like I would crush you, I would body bag you, I would slay you. You was not even on my level. I would rip your whole head off your shoulders. I would eat you from son. You're not even. It's like yo, son. It's like a pit bull against a chihuahua, like that, bro. It's not even a battle, son. And son tried to show his behind on me, son, and they got me real upset because I feel that he was trying. And I'm not saying that that's what he was doing, but I feel he was trying to show his behind in front of Preem and them. You feel me? So he went to the unit. So when I went, he was in the unit. He was actually in Preem unit. You feel what I'm saying? He's in Preem unit. I was in A2, which is on the bottom, and on top of me was A3, and on top of him was A4, and he was in A1. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it goes, like A1, A2, A3, A4. You know what I'm saying? Like that. So if there was buildings or outside, you got to go up the stairs, the outside stairs to go up to the other units, to the 3 and 4. So he was down, him and Premium was downstairs in A1, and I was across the hall, and no, they was at A2, and I was across the hall at A1. You feel what I'm saying? That's how it was. I was at A1, and they was at A2. So let me see, B1, B. Yeah, I was at A1, and they was at A2. So now he goes and he goes. So when I come, it was somebody standing in front of the unit, and I came and I was in front of the unit. So Mustang said, "You seen somebody?" So who was it? Somebody was out there, and he was like, "You seen?" I was like, "Nah." He's like, "I think he was looking for you." I'm like, "He was looking for me?" He was there. He just left the kitchen with me. You feel what I'm saying? What you mean he was looking for me? I said, "Oh, I'm gonna beat you up." So I was like, I was mad, son. I went, son, I got my ox on me, you know what I'm saying? I got no knife on me, but I got the ox on me. And I go right up into his unit, man, looking for him. Like, man, where this stupid dude that, man. So I go up here, up in the card room, upstairs in the little card room, playing something like one of them like TV rooms with no TV in it, just some card tables upstairs. So he was in the little card room. When I walked in there, he was at the table with a dude playing whatever they was playing, cards or whatever. It's him and one other dude. So when I walked in there, he seen me, and I'm like, yo, what's up? When I said that, he jumped up at the table and tried to rush me. When he tried to rush me, I just took him and flipped him, threw him on the floor, and then took the whole table, picked it up, like put the whole table and picked the table up and smashed him with the whole table. You hear me, son? And son was on the floor. He's like, yo, something. And he was like this, and like covering up, please, son, no more, no more. And I was like, son, and I had on the shell toe, you know, the hard toe boot, son. And I was about to kick his teeth out of his mouth, son. I swear, son. I was about to kick his teeth out of his mouth and punish him like that. But son was from the town, and son was a alright dude, but he just got out of line, son. And he was on the floor, balled up, talking, oh, please, no, please, Murdah, no, no. And I told him, I said, yo, son, let me tell you something. Son, if you ever transgress against me again, son, I'm telling you, son, I'm going to rip your face off. I promise you, I will rip your face off. Don't you ever transgress again. And someone like, all right, son, you got it, you got it, you got it. You feel me, son? And son, and I stopped myself, son, and I'm glad, son, and I'm happy with all you. I'm glad, son. One reason why I'm glad, because I was gonna kick son teeth out of his mouth, because I had on them shell toe boots, son, and I was gonna kick his teeth out of his mouth because he was on the floor and his mouth was right there, and my boot was right there, and I was like, I should kick his teeth, and it was coming to my head. I was like, no, 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 no. You know what I'm saying? And that's crazy, son. And I kept seeing myself kicking his teeth out. And that, when it happened, it reminded me when I had my man tied up in the crib before, and I wanted to knock his head off, but I had a shotgun and I had a pillow, but I felt like if I shoot him like through the pillow with the shotgun, it was gonna make a noise too loud, and I couldn't really conceal the noise. And I was on the 3rd floor in the building with no elevator, and I was trying to how I could get out after making a noise and run out the crib with the gun. But when I was doing it, I kept having flashes of the newspaper article. I kept on seeing the newspaper article of me being arrested for a shotgun murder. You feel what I'm saying, son? I kept seeing it flashing in my head, bro, and I didn't kill him, son. And son, but I had him tied up, and I was about to knock his head off, and it's crazy, son. I was young, it was my man. It was a whole nother story, but that's the whole thing that flashed me when when I beat up. Flashed in my head, like I kept on flashing me, seeing me. I kept seeing me kicking his teeth out of his mouth, bro. And I had to stop myself. I said, no, don't do it. And I'm like, no, kick him like you got them things, like one angel on one side, one angel on the other, son. And it was one was telling me bad stuff, and the other one, the shaitan, the devil, was telling me to do it, and the good one was telling me no. And I didn't do it, bro. And I spared son, bro. I spared them. And, after that, me and son was still cool. And then I wound up getting transferred a little while after that. Another story I'll tell you about what happened there. You know what I'm saying? But, how I left. But I wound up when I was in Memphis, Tennessee. I was in Memphis in the feds. And I heard that son had wound up, they wound up bringing son home. To each his own. But, that's what's up. But son was alright, dude. I'm happy I didn't kick his teeth out of his mouth, but I bet you never try to show off in front of nobody else again. Not with me around.